David Mandell. I'm the CEO of Whiskey House of Kentucky. And what an amazing turnout we have here today. You know, in fact, when we did the opening and the groundbreaking in October, we didn't have this many people. And what's even more remarkable and humbling are the number of family members that we have with us this morning. On behalf of myself, John Hargrove, and Dan Lind, thank you for joining us as we celebrate today the official start of production. Together, we're going to transform the industry. In fact, we've already started. Whiskey House will not only reshape the contract whiskey market, but it will truly serve as a place where we push the boundaries of scientific exploration and distilling. I'm going to turn it over here to John, who, as many of you know, John is not only the co-founder, but the president and COO of Whiskey House. And truly, none of it would have taken place without him. Not only has John done a remarkable job, and guys, when we say it's been 2.5 years since inception of this project, and just so everybody knows, this whole concept was driven by John. It was John that came to me and said, we need to do this. And it's only been 2.5 years in putting this together, and that is a remarkable feat in itself, the speed at which this project has moved. But John, couldn't thank you enough for everything, for your dedication and being such an incredible partner.
Thank you, David. Real quick, just to talk about the speed of this project and coming together, building this team, what you see today. So February 22, David and I got together. August 22, we broke ground on 176 acres here. December 17th, 22, we dug our first footer in the distillery you saw behind us. And today, officially opening Whiskey House of Kentucky, July 1st, 2024. So truly remarkable. I know a lot of thank yous have been given already. I want to personally thank David, because what he said reciprocated. None of this would happen without David Mandell, his experience in this industry, and his leadership. So thank you, David.
What is the Whiskey House model? What makes Whiskey House unique?
Whiskey House is completely unique in the market because we are the only facility that is designed from scratch to do custom whiskey production, meaning we started with that concept. We designed a facility to only do that. So what we're able to do there is which was part of the engineering challenge, we've taken a system that is massive. So 48-inch column stills, but we've been able to design it through a mix of both the sequence of operations and the technology to keep complete consistency, so you're getting the consistency and quality from a massive system, but we're able to take that down to 500 barrel runs and be able to run multiple mash bills through the system without disrupting any of the quality and the consistency, steam loads, pressures across the system. At one level, that's part of the real engineering challenge. So designing a facility for that one specific concept. But beyond that, the facility itself has built into it not only the spaces for our customers. We are focused on doing custom whiskey production for brands, or companies that have a direct pathway from the liquid to the brand. So that's everything from the evolution and design of the liquid through production, storage, the warehousing and bottling. But so we've designed those spaces within the facility so the customers can come in, they can work side by side with us. We've got the collaborative workspace where we design liquid together, one of the most sophisticated labs in the country with all of our own in-house testing, 3 complete sensory rooms where the customer's large enough so they can work side by side with us, training facilities so they can bring in their customers and their distributors to help teach about what we make together. And so all of that is built into this one place. And so the facility itself, from design to execution, to the highest standards in terms of quality, but then even beyond that, we layered in the foundation, and it's a technological foundation that allows us to collect data across the entire production system. So we're talking about Industry 4.0, advanced manufacturing for whiskey making, collect the data across the entire system, fully automated, fully closed loop system, But that data then we capture from beginning to end, and our customers get that, so they get a portal, they can go in, they can get all the information about their inventories, they get all the information about quality, their metrics, their analytics. What does that allow them to do? It allows them to tell a very deep, rich story about how that product was made, what makes it different. And in this world of many different brands, a lot of liquid that's similar, that gives them the ability to really make distinctive things. The other thing it does is allows us to collect data, more data than any other distillery in the world. And when we analyze that data, you start running AI across applications across it. Now we start doing some very interesting experiments that make Whiskey House a place that brings the industry together to really push the bounds of scientific discovery and distilling in a way that it's never been done before.
And just to clarify, when you talk about a customer and a visitor experience, it's a B2B customer, not a B2C customer.
That's correct. Our customers range from multinational brand companies, so some of the biggest ones in the world, doing innovation, doing custom production, to excess production, to great non-distilling producers, wonderful brands that have never had distilling capability behind them. It doesn't make sense for them to ever create it. Great craft distilleries, all the way to some wonderful international customers. And we see Whiskey House is not only transformative this part of the market, we are consolidating some of the best business across the entire industry. Business being great brands that need these services, because this is the place that will give them total and complete focus.
And in this first phase, what will your production capacity be as far as number of barrels?
So we're 112,000 barrels now. Our expansion is already built in. We'll go to 224,000 barrels in probably about 2 years. It might be sooner, but that is already built in. So we simply put in the second still. Everything is already in the system. So we had space, so we were able to tie all of that in a 2-week shutdown without disrupting operations.
What is your short-term investment, and what is your longer-term investment? How do you see that?
Short term, the facility itself's $110 million in its first phase. That's just the distillery, itself, plus the first couple of warehouses, and then as we look forward, the project is about 350 roughly to 400 million over the next 10 years.
Who are some of your customers that you're able to share with us?
Yeah, so we have a great customer set. A number of them, again, it is completely up to the customer whether they want to talk about that, or not. And so we give them, again, we have complete flexibility here, but we produce from some wonderful customers, everything from Milam and Grain to Western Spirits to Lucky 7 to E.J. Curley, to Eric Church's new project, which is Whiskey Gypsy, which is done with an absolutely incredible team there, the Ari Sussman and Andrea Myers, who was very much part of Angel's Envy in the early days, to Chicken Cock. So it's just sort of a very small snapshot of the portfolio that we have, but it's very exciting in terms of what we're seeing.
And David, tell us what today is. What makes today special for Whiskey House?
Today is really an exceptional day on multiple levels. Today is the official first day of starting operations at Whiskey House. And in some ways, operations have already begun, several days ago. As you're beginning to commission the facility, as you're testing everything, you start to run everything through the system. But even more than that, today was also about celebrating with our team. And this was about, we have built, and I truly believe this, we have the best team in American whiskey. And it's been very humbling. We have 60 absolutely incredible professionals. We were able to recruit, is really not even the right word. This team came to us from all different aspects of the industry, and even other industries too. And we were able to do this without posting a single position. So today was about rewarding, recognizing, and celebrating this incredible journey, because this facility, which is the most advanced facility in the country, this was done in just over 2 years from beginning to end. And it's an amazing story of not only our team and what we did, working together with Busick Construction, that we've had a more than decade-long relationship going back to not only founding Bardstown Bourbon Company, but taking what we did there now to multiple levels higher, with their construction team and the additional subs that we have needed, from a technological standpoint, putting all that together and delivering this facility as we promised 2 years ago on the exact date. And that is a tremendous testament to everybody involved in this project. But today was about celebrating one piece of that, which was our team.
Did each of the employees get something special today?
Everybody today received a barrel, one of the first barrels that will be produced here at Whiskey House. And so that was really an exciting moment for them to get that.
And how will that be handed out? Will that age for a certain number of years?
It will be completely up to them now.
Okay.
So that barrel is theirs. There are no strings attached on this. That barrel is theirs. And so, well, the way the laws work with this, right? They can't just come in and take it, right? Because you have to have certain licenses, but they have ownership of it. And so when we have bottling here in 2 years, we'll be able to bottle it for them whenever they choose to do so.
So David, the most important question, how do you like to drink your bourbon?
Depends on what it is, right? So I have found myself these days, well, I've always loved the Manhattan. It's always been my favorite. As I have kind of progressed along this journey, I tend to like them stronger. That's not any indication of, how the industry has been to me. But no, I've always liked them stronger. I like a really high proof Manhattan. I like it with a lot of kind of strength in it. I like the flavor, comes from it. I like the bite, that comes from it too. That's typically, if I'm drinking a cocktail, that's why I'm drinking it, or I'm gonna drink it, with a little bit of ice or a large cube. David Mandell, CEO, co-founder, Whiskey House of Kentucky.
So we're commissioning this team officially today. And let me just, as you see them walking over there, this team consists of our veterans here at Whiskey House, which represent 15% of our workforce. We have the Navy, the Marines, and the Army represented. So with that, Roger Henley, Quentin Snyder, Jerry Hall, Phil Mays, Kevin Powers, Justin Dixon, Joshua Marquis, and Mike Silva. So one more round of applause.